All right, this one is special because I am doing this one with my kids. So my daughter and my son and I are going to start 3D printing Bitaxe and crypto mining accessories, and I couldn't be more excited about it if I tried. I love my kiddos, and I think that this is going to be a fun little business for us to be in, and in a hobby that I love, and in an environment in which I also enjoy, which I'm referring to is the Reddit Bitaxe community. If you are not a member of that community, whether if you own a Bitaxe or not, you still should go there. Just a really, really great group of people, helpful and supportive and not keyboard warriors. I came across this product, is licensing this to us, which is, I found the product first on the site there and asked them if we could create these and sell them, and we are licensing his vision, which I think is brilliant, for the Bitaxe cooling and all the things that it needs. So what we have here is Noctua fan is going to go in here and it's going to push the air down. So we're going to cool 4 Bitaxes in there, and then that air comes through here and will blow across the front of the heat sinks. So we won't need the fan to move the ambient air around it any longer. One quiet Noctua fan is going to cool Bitaxes. Now, the natural question is, what if I don't have 4 Bitaxes or a multiple of 4 Bitaxes? I have a solution for you. While I am here to introduce this product, I will tell you I have 6 of them. So my solution to the problem is to buy 2 more Bitaxes. Link in the description for both Solo Satoshi and Bitcoin merch. My 2 choices, the only places, well, okay, I did buy one from China. The only places other than China that I have bought Bitaxes from, and they've all been top shelf, from Houston and from California. I'm on the West Coast, so I appreciate those. All right, we're gonna put them on here, and we are going to see how it goes. We will jump in the computer so you can see what we're doing right now with the desk fan, cooling these from here, and what we can do performance-wise by putting them into, I didn't even say the name of the product, the Cube. Okay, so we're gonna put our 4 Bitaxes that we are running on Meanwhile power supplies into the Cube, and I don't know, just because I think that's I want to be able to really maximize the production from the Cube, and you need to have a good solid power supply to be able to overclock these. And I have 4 Bitaxes which are running on Meanwhile power supplies, which can produce that 5.3, 5.2 volts per Bitaxe. So here we are, we got our Solo Satoshi number 1. So right now with the desk fan blowing on it, on the Solo Satoshi number 1, we're running around 64.6, VR temperature 45. I could pump this up. I actually probably should. Let's just do that really quick. Let's move this up to, I don't know, 675 and 1100. See what happens. So yeah, we're getting a little warmer. We're going to do this with all 4 of those. Make sure that they're maximized with the current. Let's go ahead and one more. Make sure they're maximized with the current environment. So let's go ahead and ramp that one up. Let's go 575. And I know I need to repaste these and make sure my heat sinks are good. I'm feeling like I'm kind of pushing these guys pretty hard without having the appropriate mechanical cooling attached. Looks like we can actually push this one further, but let's just see here, see what happens. We can give this one some more, give it some more beans. Let's see what that does with it for us. And you can see they're running a little bit light on their hash rate right now. Looks like we've got even more headroom here right now. Let's give it some more. Go ahead and put in the comments that I'm doing it wrong. I love to hear about it because honestly I do want to get better, but this is how I've been doing it for the last year or so. If I'm not giving it enough voltage, or I don't know, people seem to have a lot of opinions on how I'm running them. That's okay. I can take it. This is running a whole lot better than I'm used to seeing it running. Obviously. Let's give it some more. Let's go 800. There we go. Now we're getting the fan up there. All right, we'll come back to that one. And this one's already kind of maxed out. This is my very first one I ever bought, my Bitcoin Merch 1. It has survived my insane overclocking for a year. And this is my most recent Bitaxe Matt Satoshi. Let's give it some beans. Let's go 1050. This one's been giving me some fits today for whatever reason, but it is. It's giving me some drama. Let's restart it and see how it looks. I'm sorry, Matt. I have to push it. I always feel really bad, like I'm hurting Matt's heart whenever I drive this one in particular too hard. All right, we're going to leave those settings alone and see what happens. In my experience, this one, for the most part, looks like I can give it more beans, then all of a sudden I give it more beans and it shuts down. So we'll come back to this one, see how it's doing. So let's go ahead and assemble the cube with the 4 Bitaxes and the Noctua fan, and see how it looks and see how these perform. All right, so we have a pretty specific Noctua fan. It's 5 volt, and the link is in the description to this particular fan. And we always want to have the sticker pointing down because that's pushing the air, obviously, that direction. So let's see. If you look at the fan, I don't know if you can see that there or not, but it's showing you that the air is going to go that way and the fan is rotating that direction. So in the cube, we have the slot for the power lines, and we'll just slide that right in there perfectly. And then we're going to go ahead and screw the Bitaxes into here, and we're going to put a fan splitter on this particular one so that we can, because it's a 5 volt, it'll run both this fan and that fan. All right, you're going to need a splitter. Now, this came in this Noctua fan kit. It did not come in this Noctua fan kit. So, I'm going to include a link to this Noctua fan, which does have the splitter. So you're going to need that. It's possible you can find this on its own, but honestly, the Noctua fans are so much quieter and nicer anyway, then just get that anyhow. All right, that's a little bit of a mess, but we will figure that out. We're going to go ahead and get these mounted on there. All right, tell me that that isn't the coolest thing you have seen for your Bitaxe farm. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features. One is we've got a Noctua fan blowing air down into the chamber in the back, and that is cooling the voltage regulators, and then it's channeling the air out here to cool off each of your heat sinks. So what I'm going to do is we're going to hop in the computer, we're going to look at the performance of these now that they're in here, and the first thing I know I'm going to do is because this is the one I'm splitting the fan off of, I'm going to turn this fan up to 100%, just always on 100%. Because it's Noctua, it is ridiculously quiet. Let me see, I'm going to go ahead and just take my microphone and put it right up to it and see. It is all quiet. Okay, let's hop in the computer. All right, so you may have noticed in that last video I managed to kill one of my Bitaxes by screwing it in there. I'll bring it back to life. I'm not sure what I did. I probably unseated the power supply, but we'll figure that out. Turns out I have a neighbor who is a solderer, and oh yeah, I can see it now. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I can see that it has come unattached. Yeah, I guess you can see it. It's come unattached, so I'll get that resoldered. He's going to work on a KA box for me tomorrow, which, if you saw that video, it's actually running. I thought it was dead. I thought it was going to be sold on eBay, but it's running. Okay, different topic altogether. Let's look at some of our performance matrices. Matt Satoshi's giving me some fits right now. I think it's a little unhappy with me. I've been pushing him so hard that he's, like, even yesterday was running almost almost 2 terahash, 1.9 average and expected, and today he's again giving me some fits. So but we can see our VR temperature is really low, our ASIC temperature is a little bit high, but we're good. We're running at 975 and I want to say 1100. Let's look. So to the next one. This is the Bitcoin merch with the Pi 5 cooler, and we're running a little bit hot there, but our VR temperature is super low, and we're running around 1.11 terahash. And here we are. China is really shining pretty well. I mean, 1.3 terahash. at 68 degrees. VR temperature is 53 degrees. And then this is the one that we split the fan power off of. And so I have it running at 100% on the fan, just that way that top fan is running at 100%, as well as the cooling fan, which is fine. It's a Noctua fan, so it's super quiet. And we are at 66 degrees and 46 degrees and 1.15, so well outperforming what it was doing before, and definitely what it was doing when it was just on a stand by itself without any air flow going over it. So let's take one more look at the cube. All right, so we have a limited supply of these. These are being 3D printed by my son. They're going to ship out of Southern California, and the first few will be at the introductory price of $39.95, and then we're going to move up to $49.95 after that first batch is sold. So place your order. If you get in on the first batch, we will ship those in the coming week, and then after that it will be we can probably ship probably once a week. But okay, so some cool things. Again, we have air coming out, which is cooling. In addition to this fan, we've got sideways air coming in, and then our voltage regulator, which is constantly an issue with these when you're overclocking, is being cooled by the awesome Noctua fan. This is the one that we split off of course, for that fan. So it's important that you get the 5-volt fan, and the link is in the description for that. This is, I think, one of the coolest accessories ever for the Bitaxe. You're going to run 4 of them. And again, if you don't have a multiple of 4, link in the description to 2 of my favorite suppliers, which are Solo Satoshi and Bitcoin Merch. Both of them have them in stock, so make sure and get your orders in early. And thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for supporting this new business with my kids. I love that I get to be in business with my children, so keep them busy, keep them out of trouble, and let me know how you like yours once you get it. Please post in the comments once you get yours and your thoughts, and also post them on the Reddit group. Thank you again, Han, licensing this to us. I think this is such a great product. I saw it and I thought, man, I gotta have one of those. And to be able to connect with someone on the community and do a licensing program with him. I hope you love it as much as we do. I think it's such a great design and something I'm proud to put our name on. And I think that you are gonna really love having these in your Bitcoin mining farm. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for checking it out. If you think of improvements, let us know. We can make changes. All right, thanks again. Bye.